Hello my friends. Thank you for coming and watching this video. So my name is Dina. I am the Thrifty Junker, and I wanted to come on here today to talk about Longaberger. I've been watching some haul videos lately, and I will see people walk past these baskets and pottery, and I wanted to just kind of talk about some of the different baskets and the pottery and the wrought iron, and so that when you're out thrifting, you can be aware of what these items are and can have more of a sense of reassurance that these are authentic Longaberger baskets. So Longaberger was a company that was founded by Dave Longaberger, and it is the company is from Ohio. And so in the Midwest here, which is where I live, it is pretty well known as a multi-level marketing, a higher end basket company. And so I used to collect Longaberger. As you can see, I have a lot of baskets that I collected over the years. I have not collected for a long time, but I still have these baskets because they're just beautiful. They're unique, they're very detailed, and so I still have a bunch, and I still use quite a few of them. So I just kind of gathered some of my collection, and I wanted to kind of go through some stuff. Please, if you have any questions, I would be happy to answer any questions I may know. I am not an expert by any means, but I did collect for years, and I have a pretty good eye for spotting these items out in the wild. So let's get started. So of course, Longaberger is known for their baskets mainly, and they have all kinds of different baskets, all different sizes. So every month, back when I was collecting them, there would be a special basket that came out every single month. Sometimes it was more than one basket. And so they had baskets for Valentine's Day. They had baskets for St. Patrick's Day, for Mother's Day, for Father's Day, for Easter, for 4th of July, for Christmas, for autumn. Every holiday you could think of, it seemed like they had a new basket coming out, and it was always different, and it was always unique, and so that's what pulled you to want to collect them, because there was so many different ones coming out at a time. And so I started collecting probably back in 1995. And so I have baskets that I bought myself. I have baskets that were gifted to me. I have baskets that were older, that I purchased off of other people. So I have quite the array of different baskets, but I just wanted to kind of go through, and so you can kind of see what's out there. Like, these are all older baskets. So so back in 1998 or 97, Dave Longaberger found out he had cancer, and they actually he had started writing his story, and of course a lot of the information I got out of here because I couldn't remember details, but I do remember the day that he passed away, which was March 17th on 1999. And the reason I remember that day is because I had bought a basket for St. Patrick's Day the year before, and so that was the last St. Patrick's Day basket and the only one that I ever got. But I remember I connect his death with this basket because, of course, it is a St. Patrick's Day basket. And so So I remember when he passed away, and he had so many employees. He had like over 8,000 people come to his funeral. So he was an amazing guy. There is no wonder that I felt okay to spend my money with this company, because it was just an amazing company. I actually went to the basket plant. Me and my friend who got me into collecting them, we went there and visited, watched them weave the baskets, watched them make the pottery. We actually visited, so this is their corporate building. They built it. It was a basket. They built this especially for their corporate offices. So, of course, we got to go see that and take pictures and stuff. And so it was just a cool thing that I was involved in at the time. So anyway, so Dave had 11 different siblings. He had 2 daughters. His 2 daughters were very involved in the business, and his oldest daughter took over the business once he passed away, and after that I kind of fell off of collecting. So a lot of the newer stuff I don't have. Some things changed with the business, as sometimes happens when a founder passes away. Whoever takes over the business makes decisions that just aren't as good as what we would hope they would be. And so I stopped collecting baskets. But I still have all these baskets here. But a lot of them can be worth quite a bit if you find the right buyer. Longaberger did go out of business not too long ago. I've heard that they were rebought by someone else, so I'm not sure if they will come back and be more of a collectible again. It's hard to say, but some of the baskets still are very sought after. So that's why I want to go through them, and so that you can kind of have your eye out for them when you're out looking. So, okay, so Longaberger had a membership that you could join, and it was a collectors club membership. So only people in the collectors club could purchase certain baskets. And of course, so that made it more desirable. And so when you became a member, you got this basket here, which is the membership basket. And this is like a dark navy, and then this is like a hunter green color. And so all the collectors club baskets had these shades of colors woven into the basket. And of course, all of the linings was this lining here, which was the blue and green with a little bit of gold in it. And so this is called the liner, and it's a fabric liner. And then this is called the protector. So the plastic part is called the protector, and it just protects the liner from getting, as you can see, it's nice and probably dusty, because I have not dusted these. I just pulled them down off the shelves and stuff that I had them on. And so the basket itself will have Longaberger stamped into it, and then it will also be initialed by the person who actually wove the basket. Occasionally you will find baskets that are signed by either Dave Longaberger, some of his siblings, the daughters, so they will have sometimes a different signature or many on them. I do have a couple of baskets that do have several signatures. And so, of course, that makes them worth more, because family members would just come in to the on the floor where they were, all the weavers were working, and they would just sign baskets that they had finished. And so that just made it kind of special. So each basket usually came with a little booklet, and it just told about the basket. It told about their guarantee of satisfaction, and then it just talked a little bit more about how they weave the baskets. And so most baskets will came with this little thing at one time. Now they did change before. So So yeah, so this is what was actually in most of the baskets. So just a cool little thing. So you know, if you, and of course this this, because it's a collector's club, had a collector's club card in it. So you knew, if you found, you will know if you find a true basket collector, because they will have all of this stuff usually in the basket still. And that's just how most collectors would keep everything together. Some of these baskets did come in boxes, especially the Collectors Club one. If you look behind me, this is so funny because I noticed this just a little bit ago. So that is a Collectors Club basket box. And all this stuff here on the side of my basement is just storage and stuff like that. So that's a Collectors Club basket box. So pretty funny. So yeah, so some of them did come in boxes. And then if you renewed for another year, you would get, they would send you this brass tab that you would stick into your splints. So these are called splints. And a lot of specialty baskets has the brass tag, which tells what the basket is. And so that makes it easy to see what the name of that basket is. So a lot of baskets, though, do not have that. And so here, again, is another Collectors Club basket. And it has the green and the blue. Has the same liner. It's got its little protector. This one, I do not have the card in it, probably because this is such a small basket and it would crumple the card up to leave it in there. So again, it is, it's got the Longaberger. It does have the Collectors Club stamped on the bottom of this one, so you know it's a Collectors Club, and it is initialed by the weaver. So. And it's cool because on this one you see, I don't know if you can see that, but they have like pencil marks where they had written certain things, either measurements or whatever they did. So I mean, these were hand woven, so they were very, very, very cool. So, so with the Collectors Club, they did have miniatures, and these were very collectible. These were a little bit high dollar. So this is the 1909 edition 2-pie basket. So it is a miniature of a 2-pie basket that they originally had made years ago. And so this is a miniature, and so this was a Collectors Club. And it does say, what does it say on that? Something Ohio, Dresden, Ohio. Dresden, Ohio is where the company was. Okay, so in this little guy, it's got a pie riser. This is very dusty, I'm sorry. There's probably dust flying everywhere. And so in the original basket, you would put one pie on the bottom of the basket. You would put this down, and then you could put a second pie. So that's why it was called a 2-pie. So the little basket came with its own little riser, and it came with 25th anniversary miniature pie plate. So this is actually what the Longaberger pie plates look like, only just tiny. So this is kind of like a Barbie pie plate. So anyway, so 1973 was the founding year, and 1998 was their 25th anniversary. And so this, of course, this pottery was made in the USA. After Dave had passed away, their pottery line got shipped out to China, and so a lot of the newer pottery was made in China. And so yeah, it made it more cheap to me, so that's why I did not continue purchasing the pottery and stuff. So I'm going to show you what a actual pie plate looks like. So this is actually the real pie plate. This is actually an Americana print pie plate, and so it's got the stars on the outside, and it's got the flag waving and the stars on the side. It is printed in blue on the bottom, and you can see it says made in the USA. So you can tell if it does not say made in the USA on the bottom, then it is probably made in China. A lot of the new pieces that I have found have a little made in China clear sticker on them. So I have sold some like that. People still buy it, but myself, I prefer not to purchase those for my home. So this is an Americana Pie Plate. And while I'm at it, I'll just show you the stand. So they do have they did have a 1 pie stand like this, and then they had a 2 pie stand, so there was 2 of them. And so this is part of the wrought iron line. And I'm going to put this over here and show you a little bit about this. Now, I have been finding this wrought iron in some Goodwills. And it's weird because a lot of people, I guess they don't realize what it is. It'll be shoved down into the metal shelves, just shoved in with everything else. And I will recognize it because it has this leaf on it. So, and it has, all the ends will be pressed in like that. So if you find something, see this leaf, look for the Longaberger on it because it is a Longaberger piece. And let me see where they have put it on this one. And I don't see it on this one. But I do have another piece of wrought iron that I will show you. Usually it is stamped into the metal somewhere on the item, and this one is not for some reason, but it is still a Longaberger. If you have any questions about if it is a Longaberger or not, send me a picture. I'd be happy to help. So I'm not an expert, but I'd be happy to help if you have any questions or are concerned if it's authentic or not. But I will show you another piece of wrought iron here in a few minutes that does have the stamp in it because I'm getting ready. I just sold this piece. And so I'm getting ready to ship it out. So I wanted to do this video before I shipped it out because I wanted to show you guys about it. So this is actually the first basket that I bought from Longaberger. This is what started this whole craziness with collecting. This is the Inaugural Basket. And of course, it was put out every 4 years. And so for each different president, while they were still, the company was still in office. And so it's cool how some of the bottoms are inverted bottoms. And so it still has the branding and the initial. And then the inaugural baskets, of course, were red and blue. It will say 1997. This is a 1997 inaugural basket. So it looks like I probably collected for a couple of years. And then the liners will have a Longaberger tag usually in them, and then of course the protector, which is nice and dusty, but it does have Longaberger. There's some writing in there, and it does say Longaberger on those. So that is the inaugural line. Each year was different. So this is a Horizon of Hope basket. This is a breast cancer awareness basket. These little guys here are called tie-ons. And you could get the basket. These were kind of accessories. You could get the basket. You bought the basket plain. You could dress it up with the liner and the protector and a tie-on. You didn't have to buy all that stuff, but it was usually a bundle deal. It was a little bit better price. So this is a Horizon of Hope, and it does have a Longaberger stamped on the back of the, can't see it, but it is stamped on the back of the little tie-on, which is ceramic. And then I showed you this. This is the St. Patrick's Day basket, which is the 4-leaf clover. So that even the liner was in like a 4-leaf clover pattern, and this was a little extra handle grip. Let's see, there were several baskets that were Hostess Appreciation baskets. This one actually says Hostess Appreciation Basket 1998. So if you hosted a party, a lot of times you got this basket for free if you reached a certain level. This is also a Hostess Appreciation Basket. They started, so the smaller ones were some of the Hostess Appreciation ones. This one does not have the brass plate like the other ones do. This was an older Hostess Appreciation. This is a fold-over liner, so it folds over the edge of the basket. This little Ambrosia, this is what's called the Ambrosia Basket. This little Ambrosia pin was actually a second, like a second-hand pin that was made by other usually companies in the Dresden area. It was a big tourist town, and so they would have shops and shops and shops of different items that was related to the baskets. They would have furniture. They would have different liners that people had sewed. They'd have lids, painted lids. They would have prints. They had everything. They weren't necessarily Longaberger company, but that town thrived on the tourists, and so when that company went out, that whole town lost like all of their businesses. It was just so devastating. And so these baskets have like a little leather hoop on the back, and then some of them actually have a little tooth hanger, so you can hang them on. You could hang them on this, or you could hang them by the little tooth hanger there too. Because once you have this on it, if you chose this liner, you couldn't really use that one without, so then you would hang it on that. So yeah. Oh, and this one apparently I was given, it was a gift to me because it says 1997, happy birthday. I won't show you the year, how old I was, but this was from my friend Mary Lou, who got me started in collecting those. So this was a Valentine's basket, so they were always in the red, and this is a little metal pewter tie-on. This is actually, and it does have Longaberger on it. So pewter was also something that they used as a tie-on. This was a Father's Day line. So the Father's Day line was a kind of a dark blue and a red, it was like a bluish green and a burgundy. And this one here, of course, has a lid, which is stamped Longaberger. And then this one was a Rolodex. So the Father's Day line focused on like a office. So it had a business card holder. It had like a desk organizer. It had this. So that's how the Father's Day line kind of focused on a office. And then the Mother's Day line was focused on like different flowers, and so there's so many different flower baskets. I do not have any of those. And then of course Independence Day, 4th of July, red, white, and blue. This was the red, white, and blue liner. And so again, just all kinds of different sizes, shapes, anything you can think of. I don't know how they came up with all the different ones. Let's see. Christmas, they had a Christmas basket every year, 2 or 3. This one's kind of dusty. I'll dust it off a little bit. So they recommend, you can wipe it off with a damp cloth, but the baskets, they recommend that you use a brush to just kind of brush through the splints to get the dust off. So this was a Christmas basket. This was also a gift that I received at a doctor's office that I worked at. And so this is actually a sewing basket. And so inside you got the lid, and then this had different trays. So it's got a big tray that sat, or it's got a small tray that sat inside of a big tray. So just a cool, cool different sewing basket. So that was in the Christmas line, and it does have the brass plate, Christmas 2000 edition Deck the Halls basket. So then this one was a Christmas basket as well. This is one, I just watched one of Kayla's new videos, and she walked by one of these baskets, and I was like, oh my gosh, it's a Longaberger basket. I'm like, check that basket, but she didn't check it. So she didn't hear me, I guess. But it was on a display right by the cashier, so it was probably marked up, I'm sure. Most people kind of know what they are around here, except for the wrought iron. I don't know. But so this is a sleigh basket. So it does have the wrought iron runners. It does have the basket with the holly print liner inside. And it is a angled basket. This is an aftermarket tie-on that I had bought probably in Dresden. And so just a cool little basket. I did see these selling pretty good during the holidays this year, and I almost thought about selling mine, and then I didn't. So, but yeah, so they do sell pretty decent. This line here is a single blue splint throughout. It is called the Heartland, and it has a little barn stamp on the bottom. And so, and I have a lot of these because I really love blue. That's one of my favorite colors. And so I used a lot of the blue liners inside of these. You could pretty much, you bought the basket and you could pick whatever liner you wanted. It was in the regular line. It wasn't a specialty basket. But so I have a lot of these with the blue liners. So this is the Heartland line. And then of course, later on, they started making baskets with hard bottoms. And so it's still got the Longaberger stamp and it's still initialed. And the liners, so this is a corner basket, a small corner basket. The liners fold over, or some of them would stand up. This is a stand-up liner. This is a fold-over liner. Some of the protectors started getting more of a hard plastic. A lot of the older protectors are really a thin plastic. So they did go to more of a harder plastic. And with some of those harder plastics, they did come out with some lids. So you could actually close these up really well. And they would be nice and sealed. So if you had something you needed to store in there, I guess. So yeah, those were nice. So these are the protectors. Like I said, they're more of a thinner line, a thinner plastic. Some of them will have a sticker. You'll find them with the sticker still on them. As you can see, I got this one for 25 cents. I snagged a bunch of protectors at a thrift store. The only reason why I snag them is because I can kind of identify what they are, because I know them pretty well. But a lot of times, if you don't know the baskets, it's going to be hard for you to recognize or find what liners go to what baskets. So this liner here is a divided liner, and it actually, so this is a tea basket of the Heartland collection, and so it is a divided, so it would fit inside of here. So, and just like these older protectors, that one just split while I was trying to get it out. So they're very flimsy, and I hate that because they split really easily. This was a specialty basket. I'm not sure how old this one is. This one's 1992. It's got a bigger stamp on the bottom. This lid is not, this is an aftermarket lid made by one of the people in that town. So they would make lids. And so see, this is a custom, K.S. Lanham was a big custom lid maker. And this is in Columbus, Indiana. And so this is the Crisco cookie basket. And so it's got the cookies on the front, all American cookie, or Crisco American cookie is what it says on that. And then it also says it up here on the handle. So, so I think I bought this off of somebody else, and they had the lid with it, which is kind of cool because the lid actually has got stripes in the lid as well. And for cookies, it's just kind of cool to have a lid for a cookie basket. So that is that one. One last one I want to show you. So this was part of their 25th anniversary line. So this is a couple of the bigger baskets that I have. So this is the 25th anniversary. It was in a flag pattern. This is a different liner. This is actually a different liner than I would have probably purchased for this one. The one that came with it was the one in the Inaugural Basket, and I don't care for this liner very much, so I found this Market Day liner and I put it in there. So because I liked it better. So it's got the 25th anniversary brass tag. It does. I do have the tie on there, and then it has the baby version. Same basket, just smaller. And so this is the 25th anniversary as well. So, and I don't have a liner in that one. So that is a lot of the baskets. Pottery wise, like I said, pottery, if it says made in the USA, definitely it is going to be worth more, probably. It's just hard to say. This is one of their original patterns. This is in the green. This pattern they had in the green, the blue, and the red initially. And then they had an ivory, which didn't have any of the color on it at all. It was just the plain. And so you could get all the pottery in those 4 colors. I had a lot of the blue. And so I'd sold off a bunch of the pottery a long time ago. I actually had the pottery canister set, which was a 4-piece canister set that had a sealed lid. And I actually sold that back when I first started selling on eBay back in the mid 2000s. And I sold that canister set for over $500. And I was like, wow, okay, let's see what else I can find to sell. And so I think that's when I sold off a lot of my pottery, because it was actually worth quite a bit back then. So last piece, this is the one I'm getting ready to ship out, so I wanted to show you this one. So this here is I never even knew they made this one. I had to look it up and find it myself. This is a charging station. So this you would put a basket back here for storage stuff, and then you would put your chargers in these little holes, come through, and you would lay your phones on here to charge. So it's called a charging station. They actually made these with black shelves. You can see the Longaberger in that. And they made them with wood colored shelves like the baskets. I'd never seen the black shelves before, and I actually, this was the only one that was ever listed, so so it was unique. It does have the leaf on the front, and let me show you where, so this one, the Longaberger, is on this part. So usually it is stamped somewhere in the metal, like on the edge of the metal, like where you wouldn't see it. So you got to kind of look for the Longaberger stamp in the metal when you find it. But you can tell, at least I can tell, if it's I've seen things with a leaf on it and it wasn't Longaberger, it was a cheap, cheap piece trying to be Longaberger. So, so yeah, so this is a charging station. And again, like I said, I'm getting ready to ship that out. I just sold that. I actually got that on half price day. It was $3. I got it for $1.50. Yeah, $1.50. So that was pretty good deal. So anyway, I hope that helped you learn a little bit about Longaberger, about the different baskets, what to kind of look for. These baskets are very sturdy baskets. They're not flimsy. You know, just like anything else, you can pick it up and kind of tell if it's a good basket or not. Like I said, I am happy to help if you have a basket that you're trying to figure out what the name of it is, or if you're having trouble with anything Longaberger. feel free to shoot me a message. I am on Instagram. All my details are below. You can send me a message on Instagram. I'd be happy to help. Send me pictures, whatever you need to do. Make sure to like and subscribe. That helps my channel a lot, and I appreciate you taking the time to learn more about Longaberger, and I hope we can all find some, and they'll start selling and be collectible and sought after once again. So make sure to hit that ring that bell button if you want to see more videos, and I hope you have a blessed day.